By logging in educational freedom, we sent a powerful message. When our children are concerned, no system, however long-standing, is above reform. This session, we must be guided by that same principle once again, because there's still a group of students who are being left behind, and yet another long-standing system in need of reform. In Iowa, special education is overseen by what we call the Area Education Agencies, or AEAs. These 9 regional entities, which operate without meaningful oversight, were created in the 70s to provide special education support for school districts. This type of regional system makes sense, and it isn't unique to Iowa. But what is unique to Iowa is that our school districts are forced to give their special education funding to the AEAs. And this mandate leaves little room for accountability. Over the last year, in dozens of conversations with parents, teachers, school administrators, and AEA staff, it's become clear that while some of our AEAs are doing great work, others are underperforming. We have superintendents who won't use their services but are still required to pay for them. And AEAs have grown well beyond their core mission of helping students with disabilities, creating top-heavy organizations with high administrative expenses. And the results are troubling. Iowa students with disabilities are performing below the national average. In the last 5 years, they've ranked 30th or worse on 9 of 12 national assessments. Yet Iowa spends over $5,300 more per pupil on special education than the national average. That's unacceptable. And tonight, I'm announcing legislation to change it. Under my proposal, AEAs will focus solely on students with disabilities, as they should. Independent oversight will move to the Department of Education. And most importantly, school districts will now control their special education funds, meaning they will no longer be mandated to send these funds to the AEAs. If a school likes the services from their AEA, they can continue to use them. If they want to use a neighboring AEA instead, they can do that. Or they can go outside the AEA system, contract with a private company, or partner with other districts to share a speech or behavioral therapist. Or they can spend more on special education teachers and put the dollars right into the classroom. In short, each school will decide how best to meet the needs of their students. Now, I know there are a lot of parents of students with disabilities who've been told that we're planning to end the AEAs or even cut services their families depend on. So let me speak directly to you. This claim is categorically false. In fact, we're not reducing special education funding by one dime. We are simply giving control of the funding to those who work directly with your child on a daily basis and taking special education off autopilot, where it has been stuck for far too long. So once again, let's drive transformational change and do what's right for our children.